Hello and welcome to this month's meditation with Mandala Holistics. I'm Kath and it's a pleasure to have you here. I'd like to speak to you first of all about the autumn equinox as we are just approaching it. In fact, it's this coming Wednesday and it's the time where day and night are of equal length. Traditionally, this time was celebrated as the festival of Mabon. Each of the seasons has its own particular energy that represents where nature is in its recurring cycle of birth, transformation and death. And you can capture and use the energy of the seasons by moving through your own seasonal process and going with the flow of nature. In the months when summer turns to autumn, nature prepares for the coming changes by shedding what it no longer needs. The days become darker, and it's all about hibernation and the incubation of what will be renewed again with the coming of springtime. Autumn is the season that prepares nature for the pruning process, which will ultimately result in seeds being planted for the next chapter. It's a great time to take an inventory of what you need to trim back or tend to differently as you settle inward for the coming months. And over the next few weeks, if you can, get out in nature, soak up the colour of the autumn leaves, and share your healing energy with the trees while you meditate and really connect with Mother Earth. And I've written a meditation to honour the festival of Mabon and to help us to move through the cycles of nature. And I'd like to begin with a little drumming for a few moments. And if you can just listen to the sounds that are produced on the undertones and the overtones after the beat, and really let that resonate with your energy. I hope you enjoy. Take a moment now to settle into a comfortable position and gently close your eyes. And just for a few seconds, focus your attention on the music. From now on, allow these sounds and the sound of my voice to make you feel more relaxed. Take a few deep breaths now. And as you inhale, imagine that you're filling up your whole body with a positive, healing energy. And as you breathe out, release any tension, any negative feelings. So with each breath, you will start to feel a sense of peace and relaxation surrounding you. Breathe in and breathe out. With each breath, this peaceful feeling begins to rise. First, relaxing your legs and your knees and your thighs. And this peaceful music and the sound of my voice is making you feel more and more relaxed. And this peaceful feeling is rising now towards your stomach and your chest as you continue to breathe in and out, each breath making you feel more and more relaxed. This peaceful feeling now has reached your shoulders, and as it rises up towards your neck, you can release any tension that you've been holding on to here. And this peaceful feeling rises past your cheeks and your eyes and reaches your forehead, and you can fully appreciate that your mind and your body are completely relaxed. Just spend a few moments listening to the birds, enjoying this feeling. And as you're enjoying this peaceful feeling, I would like you to imagine that you are in a forest. It's a beautiful, vast, ancient forest with so many trees with huge trunks all around you. And there's a path laid out before you, and it's heading deeper into the forest. And this path feels safe and inviting, and you wonder where it leads to, and so you decide to follow it. And as you walk along the path, you notice that the leaves are starting to fall from the branches. And a gust of wind whips off more leaves, and they start to fall like rain all around you. And you stir at the autumn colours, the shades of red and brown and yellow. And the further you walk, you start to notice that the trees are becoming larger and older. And as you head into the most ancient part of the forest, look around. Take in the energy of this place. And you realize that there seems to be more leaves on the ground here, blanketing the path underneath and ahead of you. And you enjoy the sound of your footsteps as you start to kick up the leaves. You love the sensations and the crinkling sound of the crisp leaves underneath your feet. And the path ahead starts to curve around the biggest, oldest, most beautiful tree. And as you look up high into its branches, you notice that this tree only has a few of its leaves remaining. And yet this tree is the tallest, healthiest, strongest and most beautiful tree. And you sit a while underneath its branches, leaning on its huge wide trunk for support. And as you sit there, you start to think about this huge tree. You realise that this old, wise tree has seen so many autumns come and go. And it has learned that to survive, it has to be totally at one with nature. It has learned the importance of letting go of its leaves. This tree understands that the longer it holds onto its leaves, then the longer it will take to regenerate and recuperate and resprout new leaves in the springtime. This wise old tree has learned to let go with pride and total trust. It has no need to hold on to things that no longer serve it. This tree is so at one with nature. It has found strength in letting go. And you begin to understand that this tree, by simply doing what nature intended and letting go, can teach you a lot about how to be at peace. By simply not holding on to things that no longer serve you. You look around at the leaves, and each one has played a part in the height and strength of the tree, but it has served its purpose now, and the tree is still thriving despite having hardly any leaves left. It has exactly what it needs from the few leaves that it has held on to, because it is strong and healthy and wise, and has produced and reserved enough energy to survive the winter. It will now rest and thrive again when it feels replenished. And you feel inspired by this tree. And so you decide that you will let go of some of the things that you no longer need. Sometimes our worries and our fears and our negative thoughts can weigh so much. And if you, like this wise tree, allowed the wind to carry away these things and consciously allow them to go, You are creating space for new growth, new ideas, new relationships. Energy flows where intention goes, and so you can leave this unwanted energy to fly away on the breeze with the leaves. And just at this very moment, a gust of wind has started to blow in, stirring up all the leaves on the ground. And now is the time to gather those thoughts from your mind and allow the wind to take them. Up they swirl. Watch them dance as they rise upwards towards the branches. These leaves are now carrying your emotions, your worries, your problems. Up they go. Up, up, and away. Allow them to leave you. Watch them disappear. Spend a few moments watching your worries swirl away into the distance with the leaves. And you decide that it is now time to leave. And as you stand up, you give this tree a huge hug. And you thank this tree for the lesson that it has taught you. And as you walk away, the leaves crinkle underneath your feet. And you walk back along the path, this time leading out of the forest. And as you walk out, you notice the younger trees are clutching onto their leaves. And as you leave the forest behind, you gaze back and take one last look, still enjoying this peaceful feeling. And feeling lighter now that your worries have blown away on the breeze. You're really looking forward to the following few months and the darker days, knowing that it is time now to replenish your energy and to rest. Ready for new growth in the springtime. And in a moment I will count back from 5 to 1. And with each number you will become more aware of your surroundings. 5, becoming aware of your position in the room now. 4, your fingers and toes are beginning to tingle again and you can wiggle them. 3, you're becoming more aware of the sounds outside of your environment now. And 2, you're feeling completely refreshed as your eyes begin to flicker. And 1, eyes wide open, wide awake, big stretch and smile. Namaste.